Hey everybody, welcome to another Beers with Bob on a long weekend. How you going? Yeah, so I think most parts of Australia today, not all, but most got a long weekend. We had a long weekend here too. It was in Queensland. It was Queen Elizabeth's, well, it's not really a birthday. I think her birthday's in May or June, but anyway, oh, by the way, happy birthday, Lizzie, if you're watching. I did hear that she does sometimes tune in to Beers with Bob, so happy birthday. So this week, I keep waking up with words, you know, and the word for this week that's been playing on my mind is bold. The word bold, B-O-L-D, bold. What's bold? Do we need to be bold? Is it a good thing to be bold? For me, boldness, what's it mean? Well, I think it means, to be bold, you need to be confident. Stepping up, stepping out, that's what boldness means to me. And that requires a bit of confidence. I suppose if you're bold, there's an element of confidence, courageous as well. But there's sort of an element of risk, isn't there? When you talk about bold, you're somebody who's been a bit bold means they're maybe taking a few risks, sort of a mixture of a little bit of risk and a fair bit of courage, perhaps. Yeah, but bold. I'm thinking property developers. Yeah, we have to have an element of boldness about us. Bold enough to step out, bold enough to do stuff, bold enough to approach people, to approach situations, but not just approach it to grab it. Boldly grabbing hold of an opportunity. That's what it means to me. Stepping up. Yeah. What do you do when you think of bold? I think of a lion. You know, when you're thinking about bold, you think of maybe a lion sort of prancing out there, and yeah, it reminded me when I was thinking about it a little bit earlier of remember The Wizard of Oz? That was a great movie. I saw it when I was a kid, the Judy Garland movie. And we had the lion. You know, the lion was missing. What was he missing? He was missing a heart. He was missing boldness. And silly old Scarecrow, he was missing a brain. Know a few people like that. Know a few scarecrows. And the Tin Man. Well, the Tin Man, he didn't have a heart, did he? But so yeah, boldness. You know, stepping out, taking a bit of a risk. Maybe like the time I met Hillary, who's behind the camera, I should add. That was a bit bold, wasn't it? I was bold enough to ask you out for a drink, and courageous enough as well. Willing to take a chance, willing to take a few no's before you get a yes, that sort of thing. So, yeah, what about property development? Bold. Well, I think you've got to be bold to actually want to take on property development too, you know. The easiest thing you'll ever do is do nothing. We know where that gets you. But I guess, you know, in property, you got levels. You could just go in and do a passive property investment, buy something, sit back, relax, wait for the market to eventually move you up. There's an element of boldness, but it's not too bold. But property development, yeah, it is bold. You have to step up. There's a lot of money involved and a higher element of risk, of course, than in an investment. So it's for the bold. And even once you get going, once you've learned, I mean, bold enough to approach agents at open houses, or to contact agents, to contact consultants, architects, builders, those sorts of things. It takes that element of boldness, I guess. And particularly when you buy your first site, when you've crunched the numbers, you know it's right. That's a big step. It's a big step between knowing you got a deal and actually getting into that deal. That's probably the boldest step you'll make, particularly your first one. So yeah, and approaching JV partners too. So yeah, there's lots of boldness that we need as property developers. I think it's a good thing. Wrap it up in a bit of courage, and get out there and have a crack. So it is a long weekend, and it's not over for me. So I'll catch you again soon.